Alright, everyone, we're going to go through what happened over the weekend on the gear side of things. First things first is Oxygen parting ways with their roster, thanking their old team of Abolix, Rocky, Bronny, and Scabsy, and their coach Cytrex. It's just unfortunate how it is. It's not really up to them, like why, but they're not going to be in the pro league. Scabsy moved on. He was going to go play Halo, and Abo retired. So that's about it. You have Rocky. All these people have an appreciation of the org and what they've done. So there's that. Moving on. Jupiter McLeod. He's the manager of RatedR. They're looking for a Gears team. And he's also a FA player, coach, whether the case may be. So it is what it is. He was looking for another team that would be in Pro League, like the team that's called Outcast, because they're not under Hive yet. But we'll see what happens with that team as we get on, like move forward into these tabs I've opened. Gears of War. There's a sweepstakes if you guys want to, win some cool prizes. Just type in hashtag Gears of War sweepstakes and put this down. San Diego's knife hand delivered and all that good stuff for your chance to win. Moving on, Gary said FA, retweets are appreciated. So the last video we had was it Pushies. He was restricted FA, but it's clear to me that they've which we'll get on to sooner into this, they picked up Rocky in place of him. Pretty interesting. I don't know why, but it is what it is. And I guess because Rocky doesn't want to be in that AM route, because it's pretty much dead. They want to stay in the pro league and hope more people quit, and then he moves up in the ladder or whatever the case may be. But there's that. Want to have a shout out to Inzum. He was competing in this fighting tournament. He did pretty well for a newcomer into the fighting scene. He beat some decent opponents. I think it was like USA versus France players or something like that, but he did really well. Moving on, we got Elevate Cardia. Chaviosos being toxic in scrims, I guess. Top 12, easy, GG's, top 12 amateurs, yada yada yada. Chavios is being very toxic and mature. I don't know why. And then he posts this clip of shitting on them. So it's funny and ironic how that works. I'm gonna lower that. Takes down Sleeper. Has two more. Downs Chaviosos already. Throws a stun. And then shits on Krista and Chavioso. So a nice little clip after Chavioso's being toxic in the scrim chat. We have another tweet here. Vino, former pro, and I think it was Shock, Noe, Vital Sam, and Reptilian. Those guys were all dropped. He was one of the players that got picked up, and now he's FA. He's trying to get on one of those teams again, but it's pretty slow for him. Moving on, we have Chaos. He has a new song. Didn't know he was like serious about it, but I guess he's like a rapper or artist in Puerto Rico, so you could check that out for him. Moving on, 2v2 Fall Major is going to happen on the 18th. Probably tune in the stream. You'll probably get some skins and stuff. You go to live.gearswar.com. If you follow Play Beyond, if you're in their Discord or whatever, or just click the link, you guys could probably sign up and play for free. Moving on, we get a tweet from Nunez, hashtag free burger, hype festation. Wonder what's going on with this. Maybe we'll see like a hype festation event maybe sometime in the near future. Moving on, we have Yanni. He says, I don't know how people are worried about me, but every championship Sunday they fold the same way every single time. He also tweeted some other stuff that we'll get into. So moving on, not kidding, there's only a handful of coaches, in quotations, that actually do their job. The rest of y'all literally don't do shit and just leech off of rosters. I'm excited to hopefully become a coach again for this upcoming split. A lot truly goes behind being a good coach. Communication, making strat adjustments, analysis, VOD, and more. Can make a roster go that much further. And exciting thing about being part of. I'm gonna like that tweet. So, Yanni just has a lot of opinions on things. So, here's another one here. Bodies with his old roster he used to have. Pretty crazy to see that it's already like changing. They got I Stomp. I guess that's Sean 8, and then you got Bodies. So it looks like Flames has left the scene. They left their team. Moving on, Domes made a quote, well, a tweet of all the Gears pros are no longer competing in Gears 5. You have Toy, Jerp, Kyle, Praise, Explosive Mental Drix, all these amazing names. Some of them have been banned, some of them and most of them have been retired and moved on to other games to compete in. So it's pretty insane to see. Moving on, here are your teams that qualified into the relegation. Yeah, Fury 1 eSports, Team Queso, and Outcast. So F&I surprisingly did not qualify. Fury 1 eSports beat Outcast to get into the Pro League. Then Outcast was sent into losers. Queso beat F&I, so these two were automatically qualified. And then it went down to Outcast and F&I, and I think Outcast 3-0'd them or 3-2'd them. But we're gonna check the bracket here, refresh the bracket, see exactly what down. I'll also put the bracket in the description down below. So in your first matchups, we had Outcast versus Disciple, or Discipline or whatever. 3-1. Then Fear 1 Esport 3-0 Casa de Pel. Then Fury 1 Esport 3-1 Outcast. Surprising 3-1. F&I 3-0 Sensation. Queso 3-1 Zero Tolerance. Then they moved on and Queso beat F&I 3-1. Mind you, Chaviosos left F&I to join Team Queso. So that's just a grudge match on its own. Even though when it mattered the most, F&I beat Team Queso to place top 8, which is kind of weird to me why he'd leave. But I guess he's really good friends with Sleeper. So, Free 1 and Team Queso qualified. They obviously don't have to play, so there's that. So you look in the losers, Discipline or Disciple, whatever you want to call it, they 3-2'd Casa de Papel, and moved on to play F&I. Zero Tolerance 3-0'd Sensation, went on to play Outcast, and obviously those two teams, they lost to the higher tier teams as expected. Then they had their matchups, and Outcast 3-0'd F&I. So it's gonna look like F&I will be the top tier AM team with like Speedy's team going into this season. It's gonna look pretty insane, pretty crazy. But those are the teams that qualified. Um, Moving on, I asked a question with Domes, and I said, are you gonna do something like on the flank with like eSports and stuff like that in the drama? And he said, already in the works, plan on having a special podcast episode with Veli too, but mostly plan on bringing ex-pros and current and talk about unlimited amount of topics, roster changes, hidden beef between players, etc. Um, just honestly, really cool topics to be talking about. So there's that. Trying to see what else is here. DBNO podcast coming. Someone deleted their tweet featuring Belly. So there's that. Really looking forward to that. Follow Domes on all his platforms, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter. So there's that. Unfortunately, due to this not working, I would show you guys all the rosters and stuff, but it's really not working. Try to refresh it, see if it works. If not, then yeah, it says no internet or whatever. So it's not working, so that's unfortunate. We'll look at that next time we go on and go through the process of everything. I think it's going to take a week until everything is finalized in the pro teams and their rosters. If they dropped a player and picked up one, just like Elevate did, it sounds like they picked up Rocky. Sounds like Rise is dropping Icy or Icy's leaving. I don't know what the situation is, but there's that. So hopefully you guys enjoy, and peace.